You are welcome to the Danace webinar. My name is Olufemi Bayode, Senior Learning Consultant in Nigeria, where we make learning and technology easy, accessible, affordable, and available for everyone.
Guest colon 3325
Those
B70.
with visual impairment. And
Sleep mode.
And I must say that I'm really delighted to have you people join us today, to have you on this webinar where we share knowledge, where we help bring the best out in you, making you the best version of yourself. So I will want to tell you that you should count yourself as lucky to be part of this insightful and impactful section, because you are going to learn a lot. Those that were here last month, they will tell you that oh, they didn't know that this thing is actually doable.
Danace sent a message. Alenka joined this conversation at 4:10 p.m. in group conversation. Danace.
So
Polak Panachi sent a message. Hello everyone at 4:11 p.m. in group conversation.
I'm telling you that this is quite easy and doable for a person with visual impairment. So once again, I will say a very big welcome to everyone. So without much ado, I would like us to introduce ourselves for the purpose of familiarity, so that the person sitting next to you will know your name. So like we usually do, you will tell me, okay, my name is so. I am joining from so state, or probably if you are from another country, tell us that you are from another country, and from another planet, you tell us that, oh, I am from Jupiter. That's by the way. And you may also tell us what you do for a living. If you are a student, you tell us you're a student. If you are working somewhere, maybe you are a freelancer, you tell us, and the likes. So please let the first person get the floor and talk.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Justin. I'm joining from Lagos.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
That is Paul from Abuja.
You're welcome, sir.
Welcome to the house. Nice meeting everyone.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Theophilus Odaudu, and I'm joining in from Abuja. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Nasiruddin Aladel left.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
This is Olainka, joining from Lagos.
Lagos, Nigeria. You're welcome.
Nasiruddin Aladel joined.
Okay. Who else?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Me or the other person?
You said?
Hello.
You. Can you come again? You. Good afternoon. Hi.
Oh, okay. I'm Mojisola Alabi. I'm calling from Lagos and I'm a student.
Okay, you're welcome.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Moses Alinsin. I'm joining from Lagos.
Polak Panachi left.
It's like Lagos is the one having the day here. Where are my new people?
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Nasiruddin Olade, joining from Ondo State.
Oh, you're welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, I'm Emeka joining from Lagos.
Okay, you're welcome.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, you're welcome. You said? I can't get that.
Good evening, everyone. I am Chidrin Kodori. I'm joining from Ogun State, a student of Unilag.
Oh, you are welcome. Okay, I think that's about everyone we have here.
No. Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah.
My name is Ebere Ezudu, joining from Enugu. I'm a civil servant working with Enugu State Tech Hub and Youth Innovation Center. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Okay, very good. Once again, you are welcome. So without much ado, I'll be going straight to what we have today. But for the benefit of those that were not here during the part 1 of this particular webinar, I will just quickly give a recap of what we did. Yes, during the part 1 of this important webinar, we took a look at symbols and punctuation marks in data analysis. That is how some punctuation marks and some operational sign actually works in Microsoft Office Excel, of which then we took a look at parentheses, colon, quotation mark, and the comma. Those are the 4 we took a look at. So today we will be looking at the remaining ones, which are semicolon, exclamation mark, asterisk, and ampersand. Let me take it again. We are going to take a look at exclamation mark, semicolon, asterisk, and ampersand. So as we let on last month, that colon helps to show ranges, that is from point A to point B, where Excel is to pick its reference cells. That is, if those cells are grouped together. So that is about colon. And then for parentheses, we say parentheses is the container for the Excel argument. That the parentheses is the container for Excel argument. That is both the left parent and the right parent. That is, they are the house for whatever you are doing in terms of analysis. However, there is much more to what you can do with parentheses. Like we said, that if you want to also coordinate how data should be processed, so you can also introduce your parentheses. And then comma, we said that comma may be used to join or to separate, rather, or to separate cells, both contiguous cells and non-contiguous cell for analysis. You can also use it or to join 2 arguments together. And lastly, we spoke about quotation marks, of which we said quotation is used for criteria. For example, maybe you are trying to tell us that in this particular analysis, this is the criteria you must consider. So that's where we make use of quotation mark. So for you to know more, you can go straight to our YouTube channel and then watch the part 1 of this webinar so that you have a better understanding of where we are coming from. Thank you. So today we are moving further in our data analysis using punctuation mark and then symbols. I believe.
Book 1 Excel row 1 column 3.
I want to believe you can hear my
Excel,
screen reader.
sheet 1 table, a 1. A 1.
Can you?
B1.
Yes, we can.
B1.
Good. So fine.
A 1.
Let me try.
Voice American.
Yes, you can hear.
20. Rate boost off. Pitch 6. Inflection. Volume 100. Volume 100.
Good. So
Restore R1 of 7. Book 1 Excel. Sheet 1 table. Caps lock off.
yeah. So fine and good. So one thing I want you to pay attention to is that one, if you don't hear me clearly and you want me to repeat anything, please do let me know. In fact, I really like the class today because everyone is considering every other person by muting himself or herself so that everyone can get the best from this section. So we also want you to know that for the fact that you did not listen or watch the last section doesn't mean that you can't get anything in this section. You will also gain a lot. But I will still advise you to still listen to that so that you can also understand how to make use of those other punctuation marks. And then thirdly is that, yes, some of you that are here and as some of my students, past students on Excel master class, and then some of you, they are also part of the current students. Some of these things you have learned it, but I am also helping you to also appreciate it the more, looking at it from another angle. So everyone is going to benefit, be it your first time to Excel or you've even known something about Excel. I am telling you that what you are going to learn today is going to give you another perspective to Excel. Okay, so we are starting with something we called exclamation mark. Yes, you all know our exclamation mark, and then to get your exclamation mark is your shift 1. Fine. Exclamation mark, as rightly known in the English language, is to express surprise or exclamation or astonishment. But in Excel is a part of the data analysis that you use to be able to reference, to create reference. Either you want to do a 3D reference or you want to use it to reference a sheet. So that's when you make use of an exclamation mark. For example, you want to pass an information in a particular sheet to another sheet. Okay, let me bring up a sheet here. Let me do my Control O.
Open tab selected. Oh, recent workbooks tab selected. Alt F O. OneDrive tab selected. Alt F O. Computer tab selected. Alt space. Pick a folder grouping. Documents button. Computer folder grouping. Assignment button. Excel master class button. Space.
Okay, I'm trying to bring up one sheet.
Open dialog. File name. Items view list. Assignment not selected 1 of 13. Workbook exercise.xlsx 13 of 13.
Okay, good. Okay.
Workbook.
Yes.
Exercise.xlsx Excel. Sheet 3 table. Roba B29 first. Victor B28.
Okay, let me go to the top of this sheet.
20. S/A.
Okay.
First B3. Last C3. Designation D3.
Okay. But this is a typical what will I call it? Nominal row of a company.
Sheet 4 table. K and K multimedia.
Yes, fine. I think this one is going to make a lot of sense. This is an income statement of a particular company. That's K and K Multimedia.
K and K Multimedia Store 1 through C1.
So they
C2.
are into different electronics.
Expenditure C3.
So when we are having the expenses at the right, why the income is at the left
Income B3.
of the sheet. That's our B column. That's where we have the income. Why the C?
Expenditure C3.
Is where we have the expenditure. Why the D?
Balance D3.
Makes up the balance. So, for example, let me go to the bottom.
Expenditure C3. Income B3.
Let me go to the last
Income B3.
cell there.
7,500 B31.
So I'm in
B32.
I'm in B32 now. So let me do the total sum. For the total sum for the income here, because it's a very long data, is from B2, it's from B4 down to B30. So let me do the total sum here with my odds equals. If you remember how to add everything up at once, then you press enter. So that's going to give you your answer.
Carriage return, sheet 4 table, B33. 805,346 as formula B32.
805,336.
805346.
805,346. That is the total income for the month for the K&K multimedia. Well, let's check the total expenses as well.
C32.
So I will do ought equals in my C32 again. Ought equals, then it's the enter key.
Edit item. Carriage return, sheet 4 table, C33.
Let's see what we have there.
801,058 as formula C32.
That's 801,000.
8. 5. 8.
801,058.
58.
Yes, well, that's the total expenses. So now let me do the balance here. That is subtracting the as in where expenses from the income.
D32.
We do that in my D32. That's going to be equals.
Edit item, edit baseline equals.
Equals B32.
3. 2.
Minus
B32 dash. C.
32.
3. 2.
Enter. Now press the enter key.
C32 carriage return sheet 4 table D33. 4288 as formula D32.
You can see is 4288.
4288.
4288. That's 4,000.
4288.
That's 4,288. But that is the answer. So let's assume that maybe the information in this particular cell, I want to pass it on to another sheet. That is when the exclamation mark comes to B.
4288 as formula D32.
Okay, let me create another sheet. Let me insert another sheet. Which sheet is this?
Sheet 3 table.
Okay.
Sheet 4 table. 4.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, let me insert another sheet.
Sheet 5 table 1.
This sheet 5. So I want that particular result to appear here automatically in my A1 here. That's where I want it to appear. So
1.
So I will just do equals sheet. Sheet 4. Exclamation mark.
Sheet 4. Bang.
B32.
D. 3. 2.
Enter.
D32 carriage return sheet 5 table 2.
Let's see.
4288 has formula A1.
Can you see it? It's appearing here automatically. And some people will be saying that, then why will you have to reference it with another sheet? Why can't I just type it here? Shebi is just 4,288. Why can't I just type it here? Reason why it is best for you to reference it is that so that if there's any change in that particular sheet, in that particular cell where you have it, so automatically the figure will change here. That is first reason why we are referencing sheets with another sheet. So that's one. Two is that maybe you want to use it to perform another calculation. For example, let me go into another cell now.
B1, C1, C2.
But let me go to C2 now. So I want to divide what is in that sheet 4, D32. I want to divide it by 100, or let's say the total money that I was given to the company is 1 million, for example, and I want to find out the what's it called now? I want to find out the percent they've been able to make. I haven't invested 1 million into that particular market. So how much of that 1 million have they spent, or something like that? Or probably because you want to even add what they have in the previous year or to what they have in this particular month. Maybe what they have in the previous month, you want to add it to what they have in this month. Okay, for example, let me delete everything in this sheet. Let me create a very little stuff like a form of another income and expenditure. So let me do my
caps lock on.
Income, my A1 here.
Workbook exercise.xlsx.
In my B1, I will do expenditure. Then let me introduce balance here.
Expenditure workbook exercise.xlsx.
So that's going to be my D1, that's balance. And CE. Okay. So now let me press enter.
Return workbook exercise.xlsx.
I'm in A1 now. Focus is in A1.
Workbook exercise.xlsx pane focused.
So my A1, let me type, okay, but the current income is 30. 3. That's 30,000. 1, 2, 3.
0.
In my
0000 sheet 5 table F3.
Sorry, I'm writing somewhere.
A 3.
Okay, let me go up.
A 2.
Oh, I'm even writing somewhere else. So let me delete everything. Let me come to
a 2.
But let me go back to
a 1.
Go to my A1 now. Let me type income. Income in my A1.
Sheet 5. 1.
B1 expenditure. Expenditure. Yes. Let's type balance in a C1. CE. Let's press enter.
2.
I'm in A2 now. Yes. So let me make 30,000 in my
caps lock on.
0. 1, 2, 3.
0. 0, 0, 0. Sheet 5 table B2.
Expenditure, let's make it 14.
Edit I4.
Then 1, 2, 3. Then
0.
our balance.
4,000. 5 table C2.
Our balance now will be something like equals. Well, I want to do it in another way to carry the balance from that sheet to this sheet, then add this income that is in A1 and that is in A2. I want to add it together with that former balance, but on this particular new sheet. Hope you are understanding me.
Balance C1, C2.
But don't look at it as if I am performing magical. Equals.
Edit item, edit baseline equals.
That's sum, that's equals A2. A2.
2.
A2 plus sorry.
2. Sheet 5. Balance C caps lock off.
Equals sum SUM. That's sum. Left parent.
Sum left parent.
Your left parent is your shift 9. Equals sum left parent. That's A2. That's where we have our income. A2.
2.
Comma.
A 2 comma.
Sheet.
S H E E T.
Sheet 4.
4.
Exclamation mark.
Sheet 4. Bang.
Exclamation mark. D32.
D. E.
2. Minus.
D32 dash.
Minus B2.
B. 2.
Right parent.
B2 right parent.
And deliberately make use of this comma so that it will also refresh what we did in the last webinar. You know, I said you can use the comma to join or two things together, that is for your analysis. So what I'm doing here is that I am adding the income that is in A2 together with the balance that is in the former sheet, which is in D32 of that former sheet. So I am adding it together, then removing these current expenses from it at the same time. So let's press enter.
Carriage return, sheet 5 table C3.
Let's see.
Number name has formula C2.
Number name, there's a problem with what I wrote. That means
edit equals.
There is a spelling error.
S.
So my S typed twice. So I have corrected it to sum now.
Carriage return 20,288 as formula C2.
So you can see the answer.
20288.
That's 20,288. So if you take a look at it mathematically, that's 30,000 plus 4,288. That gives you what? 34,288. Then if you remove 14,000 from it, so what left? It says exactly what you are seeing here. That's 20,288. So you can see that it is very, very simple. It's not difficult in any way. Any question? No question. Oh, it is very easy. I know.
Excuse me. No.
Yes, please do.
I didn't quite get what you did, as in the formula, how you stated it.
Okay. Yes. here, what I did was that, you know, in my sheet 4, in a D32, I was having a balance of 4,288, right? So here I am having 30,000 in my A2, whereas the present income for the current month. And then in my expenditure, I am having what we call for 14,000. Well, that's my current expenses. So for me to be able to find the current balance, what I have now currently, as you know, this is everything that I have for this month. To find out what my current balance is, that, you know, we have to bring the former balance, add it together with this current income, right? Then remove the expenditure from it. That's exactly what I do. And then to achieve that with my Excel, I will do equals sum as in SUM, left parenthesis, that's your shift 9, we give your parenthesis, then A2, comma, sheet 4, exclamation mark, D32. This sheet 4, exclamation mark, D32 refers to the value that we have in a cell D32 of the sheet 4. So I am adding it together with this A2 of this current sheet. Then I now remove B32 from it. So that's how you have minus B32. Then you close the parenthesis. You hit the enter key. You have your result.
Microphone unmuted. If I do it the other way around, will it still work?
Like what?
Putting equals sum, left parent, then sheet 4.
Yes.
D whatever.
The exclamation mark, that's sheet 4, exclamation mark,
exclamation mark, sorry, yeah. Yes, then A2.
Comma A2 comma, minus B32. Definitely it will work.
It is okay.
It will surely work, yes. It's still the same thing. It will work. Is it understood? So the basic thing here is that exclamation mark, which we use to reference the former sheet in this particular Excel work. Did you get it now? That is just what it is. That is just what it is. So, very good. Any other question?
Okay. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, how can we get what's the YouTube channel?
Okay. It's a SLNC online. Well, let me spell it. S as in Sokoto.
Okay.
L as in Lagos.
Okay.
N as in Nasarawa.
Okay.
C as in Calabar. Online.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
SLN.
Exactly. Okay. Online. Written together.
Online.
As a word. As a single word. Written together as a single word. All in small letter.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you repeat what you said now?
Okay. SLNC online. That's S as in Sokoto, L as in Lagos, N as in Nasarawa, C as in Calabar. Online.
SLNC online. Okay.
Written together as a single word.
Okay.
Also, when you get there,
sir, please, will I see you everything concerning Excel from the beginning?
From the beginning, no. But you will see for the last class.
Yeah, because me, this is my first time.
Yes.
My first time I don't understand
this,
what it's about.
You will see the beginning of this particular class there, or the one that we did for the last section. So we see it on the YouTube channel. Or go better still, you can even type Danace webinar. Can even type Danace webinar on a YouTube. It will bring it up for you.
Okay. Okay. Sir, please. Danace is spelled N-A-D-A-N-E. correct?
DANACE.
Webinar.
DANACE. Yes, webinar. Separate word.
Thank you.
Danace separate,
Okay.
webinar separate. But if you want to see every YouTube video so that we have, you can use that SLNC online. So you see different tutorials.
Okay.
Okay. So well, that's nice. So well, that's one. And then if you want to even learn beyond that, so we also have books on Excel that takes it from the beginner up into advanced level for self-guide tutorial. Yeah. So you can get that from our website, the same website, slnconline.com.ng. Then you go to store. So you see the under store. Okay, so let's continue. That's about the exclamation mark. Now,
hello, Femi.
Yes, sir.
Please, in the course of the analysis and referencing, yes, I want to give you any of the cells. I mean, you can make use of any of the cells, irrespective of where they are, and you will still get your results, so long as
exactly, 100%. You are right. As far as you will give your correct reference. So that's the power of Excel. As far as you are using the correct formula and the correct reference, you will always get accurate results.
All right, thank you.
Regardless where you are. Yes. Concatenation. Concatenation is an Excel function that is used to join two or more data together. For example, maybe you are a counselor, or maybe an admin officer, or maybe a project manager, or perhaps you are a person that is just working on some list of persons. For example, like one of my students that is working in one of these ministries. So there was a time that when she was asked, okay, we'll go fetch the names of people that apply for the state government scholarship. We'll go and fetch with their names. So, and when she was asked that, okay, put with their names in a single column that they want to see their full names printed out. So you know that if you are to print it out with the way it is on the Excel sheet, it will show as a separate column, right? You know, because when they were filling with the form online using the Google form, or the column A was for first name, column B was for their surname, and the likes in a separate column. So if she is going to print it out, so he's going to show two distinct things to ensure that these things they are in separate column. So in a case like this, what she just adopted is a concatenation, and you can do concatenation manually by just using your ampersand. That's your and. So let me try to bring up something. So let me switch to my Excel screen.
Workbook exercise.xlsx Excel. Workbook exercise.xlsx
You can see here my screen.
5 table, Smart A1.
Can you see here the screen reader?
Yes.
We can.
Good.
Smart A1.
Okay, fine. So let's assume that let me enter a new.
A 1 smart through XFD1 selected row 1 column 1 space.
That's Control Shift. Good. Fine. Yeah.
A 1.
In my A1, well, that's where I have first
E.
That's first name.
T space E.
In my
name sheet 5 table B1.
In my B1, that represents last
T. Space
last name.
E.
So you get. So now let me go to the
name carriage return sheet 5 table Smart A2.
Smart, well, that's the first name for this person.
B2.
Then, what's the surname for Smart? Let's call it Adeyemi. Then, the next person is Kemi.
AME character sheet 5.
Kemi is in A3.
B3.
Our last name is Jacobs.
Odusanya.
It's Kemi Jacobs. You are wrong. So the next one.
Cops carriage return sheet 5 table.
We have Paul in our A4.
B4.
So the last name is
Opanachi.
Opanachi. No, you are wrong. It's Opakinovo.
Very close anyway.
Yes, did I say see?
Novo carriage return sheet 5 table. Peter A5.
Peter is in A5.
B5.
Then the B5 will be Simon. That's his surname. I thought you people would get this one right before.
It could have been Simon Peter.
Simon.
Would have gotten it.
Sheet 5 table. Apple A6.
Apple. That's
B6.
the person's first name. And the last name is Mango.
Mark.
Okay.
Go carriage return sheet 5 table. Brown A7.
Brown.
B7.
Then the last name is Judas.
Iscariot.
So let's just take it like this. Maybe what is how or the names are.
S.
So you can do it on this particular
Brown A7.
sheet. Yeah, but let me go to a separate cell now.
First name A1. Last name B1. C1.
Yes, but let's assume that maybe I am putting it in my C column now. So let me type for my C column as full name. Full name.
Sheet 5 table. C2. Caps lock off.
In my B2, in my C2, where I want to join the two names together as one, I will put equals.
Edit item edit baseline equals.
Equals.
That's while you are still on the B2, or you go to the C2.
I'm in C2 because that's where I want it to appear.
The result.
Yeah, I want it to appear in a C2. So I'm in a C2 now. So I've pressed my equal sign. Equals A2.
A. 2.
Then you put your ampersand, that's shift 7.
2. And.
Then open quotes.
Oh.
Reason then space.
Space.
Close quotes.
So that page went off.
Sir?
So after the ampersand.
Yes. You open your quotes.
Okay.
You put space. Then you close the quote. Then you put another ampersand. Which was then B2.
B.
You said what?
The network fluctuated at a time.
Okay. Okay. I know what. Okay.
Always duck. No duck.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Very well.
So, equals A2 ampersand. That's your shift. Shift 7 will give you your ampersand. Then you open the quotes. You put your space. You close the quotes. Ampersand. Then B2. But did you understand?
Yes.
Yes. Reason for that quote space quote is that so that the two words will not join together as one. So that is why we separated it with quote and a space. Did you understand?
Yes. So at this point, you press you enter.
Yes, then you now press enter key. So let's see.
Key carriage return sheet 5 table C3. Number name has formula C2.
Why is it number name? No. That means that's a problem with something I wrote.
Edit item equals
A
2
and
quote space
quote
and B baseline blank.
Oh, no wonder.
Baseline.
I did not put
baseline blank.
But I only wrote B without 2. Then enter.
2 carriage return. Smart at AME has formula overflowing C2.
You can see smart at AME appearing.
Exactly.
So you can now highlight it down, fill it down, so that it will do it for the rest.
Through
Control D. So let's check for the rest.
Kemi Jacobs has formula overflowing C3.
You can see Kemi Jacobs.
How did you highlight it there to get the rest of it?
I just highlight everything down. From that smart Adeyemi, and where my result is, down to the last empty cell where I will want the result to appear. Then do my Control D. That's something we call drag formula down. The sighted person will just uses a mouse to just put the formula down across with the blank cell. So you see the result there. So it's called
in this case,
drag formula down.
Highlighting here. Your highlighting here will be the down arrow shift.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello?
So yes, I said yes. Yes.
Okay.
So then you do your Control D. I said yes.
Okay. So my question is, your cursor at this point will now go on the smart, which is A2.
Yes, exactly. So you can see it.
Okay.
Kemi Jacobs.
Simon has formula overflowing. Apple Mac has formula over.
Let me widen that column is to
C1 full name through C1,048,570.
So let me see.
App. Peter Simon has formula C5.
Let me take it.
Peter A5.
So let me take it up.
First name last name B1.
Okay, good. Let's take a look at it.
Smart at AME has formula C2.
Smart at AME.
Kemi Jacobs has formula
Kemi
C3.
Jacobs.
Paula Pacinovo has formula C4. Peter Simon has formula C5.
Simon.
Apple Mango has formula C6.
Apple Mango.
Brown Judas has formula C7.
Brown Judas.
Glory has formula C8.
Oh, I did not do for Gloria. So I did not give her
Restore R1 of 7.
any name.
Workbook exercise.xlsx
So this is how you do it. And then just imagine that you're having about 10,000 names. Because some people may be thinking that, okay, maybe I can just go to another sheet, or be another Microsoft Kini, and be typing it one after the other. What if you're having about 10,000 names, for example? Does it mean that you'll be alternating between one sheet and the other? We'll take a look at the first name and the last name. Then you write it down. You come back here.
That was what I did in my experiment previously, until you are bringing this up. Idiot.
Yes, very tedious. So you can see. But now, with this, you can just just fill it down. And
so by the time you hit your Control D, you hit your Enter and get the result.
No, you don't need Enter. Just do Control D, you are good to go.
In the empty cell.
Yes.
All right.
After lighting, you just do your Control D. After you might have highlighted, just do your Control D. So that's it. Any question?
Yeah.
No, I will visit the YouTube channel.
Okay.